No one can milk a moment like that like Mickey. Thanks, Mickey, and congratulations, Richard. So the inscription reads, two brothers tune makers, Richard M. Sherman and Robert B. Sherman, proprietors, will write your tunes for a song. So, Richard, as an additional token of our appreciation for your outstanding accomplishments, we've created for each of you and your brother a replica of your window. Please join me in congratulating Richard Sherman. No, not yet, not yet. We're saving the best for last, Richard. Okay, and Mickey, thanks very much. I know you have some guests to greet, so we'll let you go. Thanks very much. Came up at the right time. So you can tell we've twisted Richard's arm to share a few things with us in a moment, but we have a special surprise for everyone first. We are just in time for an exclusive broadcast, direct from London, England, featuring our good friend Robert B. Sherman. So, here to help us with the tune-in, please welcome back Mother and Father.
Can you imagine hearing someone's voice from the other side of the world?
Yes, and it's all thanks to progress and this state-of-the-art technology.
It's a radio. Oh, hurry, dear.
All right.
You're 16, you're beautiful, and you're mine. Fine, fine, pretty with mine. What if he's not for me? He's not terrific, pretty and humble, think of my jingle for me.
There he is.
Oh golly gee, I love that hometown feeling.
Time for the rest.
How very special are we to have on our family tree, Mother Earth and Father Time.
It is such a thrill to be honored in this way. A window on Main Street, Disneyland. It's an enduring legacy and an acknowledgement of the work my brother Richard and I have contributed. And it is a testament to the notion that with a little bit of inspiration and a lot of perspiration, dreams can become manifest. 50 years ago, my brother and I were first welcomed into the greater Disney family by Walt himself. Today would not be complete without thanking Walt for giving us two young songwriters our first big break. Thanks, Walt. Lastly, I'd like to thank and acknowledge my brother, Richard. I think of no greater collaborator. Thank you, Richard, for a lifetime show to tell.
And now, Richard, would you like to say a few words?
That is a hard speech to follow. Thank you, Bob, way over there. I'm sort of at a loss for a minute, so let me just gather my breath. Let me say something. Somewhere in the crowd is my dearest, oldest friend, and his name is Milt Larson. Is he around anywhere? There you are, Milton. Milt and I go back many, many years, long before I had any dreams of writing anything from the great Walt Disney. But I had gotten out of the service. We were friends, and I had gotten out of the service in 1955. And one day I got a phone call from my friend Milt Larson, and he said, what are you doing next week on Wednesday? I said, I have nothing really, because I really was unemployed. I was looking for somebody to buy one of my songs, but nobody wanted any. And he said, come with me. We're going to have a good day. So I said, okay. And I got into his little car, and we drove forever out to a place called Anaheim. What is this Anaheim thing? And we turned the corner, and there it said Disneyland. I said, oh, that's that thing. Yeah, I heard about that when I was in the Army. This is about 3 months after the park had opened for the very first time. And I walked through that gate where the parking lot was up through here, and all of a sudden, the world, the problems of the world, the problems and pressures that I had all slipped away, and I was in this wonderful, magical, special world. And I heard music, and I saw a carousel, and we went on that about 20 times. I remember I loved that. And then we saw these various exhibits, and a fellow taking us on a jungle boat and shooting animals and coming out of the water. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. It was the most wonderful day I had ever spent. I was filled beyond words. And occasionally I'd see on a window somebody's name. I didn't know who it was, but I thought, oh, that's a nice, colorful kind of a thing. And I didn't know quite what that was all about. But that was 1955. Years went by. And one day, good fortune smiled upon Robert and myself, and a little girl named Annette Funicello sang a song of ours, a little rocker. It's called Tall Paul, He's My All. Remember that? Wonderful. Annette Funicello, a sweetheart. She sang a lot of our songs, and Walt Disney was very fond of Annette and knew ours and liked our songs, and he asked us to come and write a song for her. And that started the ball rolling, and the next thing you know, Bob and I were working for Walt himself. And that was a dream that nobody in the world could imagine, because we were being given assignments that you can't believe. They were so inspiring. And the most inspiring thing of all was the way Walt would describe what he wanted from us. He was so enthusiastic that it just sort of made you do better than you ever could dream you could do. That's what he did with all of his creative people. It was an amazing thing. And so there we were writing songs for Walt Disney. One day, about 1963, Elizabeth, my wife, and I were leaving the park. We had had a wonderful, wonderful afternoon and evening, and we waited till everybody practically was out of the park, and we were standing about here, just ironically, just about over here. And we saw a lone figure way at the other end of Main Street, slowly looking at the windows and coming down. I said, honey, that's Walt. Let's tell him how much fun we had. This would be a great moment to tell him how much we enjoyed the park today. So we waited, and he came up and said, hello, Richard, hello, Elizabeth. And I said, Walt, we just wanted to tell you that we had the greatest day of our lives. It was just wonderful. And you know, at the end, when Tinkerbell flew across the sky and the fireworks were going off and the music was playing, I just burst into tears. I was crying. It was so beautiful. Happiest tears I ever cried, but there they were. And he said, you know, I do that every time. He was the greatest fan of this park, Walt Disney himself. He loved it, and he knew it would never finish and never end.